Okay, so this is a lesson on Act 1, Scene 9. I'm just going to read out first of all what happens in this scene, and then when I talk about the aim of the scene, can you maybe make notes at the top of the scene in your book, just briefly. So, Ralph tries to kiss his dear wife's picture. This is what the scene is about. Ralph is becoming obsessed with his wife and is clearly sexually frustrated because he's having now some sexual thoughts about Mary as well. So not yet. Yet he is interrupted by Ketch, who is pleading for justification over his past actions as he is longing for Ralph to allow him to become an actor. So this is the aim of this Act 1, Scene 9. We see Ralph having a slight change in character. He is finding he has more human feelings, such as sexual frustration, and the audience begin to warm to him just a little bit because of this. We're like, oh, he is just like us, really. And they also feel extremely sorry for Ketch, as he's clearly feeling guilty over being a hanged man. This is a funny scene that provides some comic relief, so it can be played quite comically. Okay, so if you want to write at the top of Act 1, Scene 9, you've got to put that sexual frustration up there. That's basically what makes the scene. Okay, so we're going to show that sexual frustration. It's at night. We'll read it once to the bottom of the page, and then we'll go back to the top like what we normally do. Anyone want to read, Ralph? Or would you rather me read it? Whichever you prefer. Do it. Okay, you can do Ketch, that's fine. Anyone else want to read Ralph? Or is it me? You read Ralph. Go on, Ketch. Nice and posh.
Dreamt my beloved Betsy that I was with you and that I thought I was going to be arrested.
He looks at his watch.
I hope to God that there is nothing the matter with you, my tender Alicia, or that of our dear boy.
He looks at his watch.
My darling tender wife, I am reading Proverbs, waiting till midnight, the Sabbath, that I might kiss your picture as usual.
He takes the Bible and kneels, looks at his watch.
The patrols caught 3 seamen and a boy in the women's camp.
He reads.
Let thy fountain be blessed, and rejoice with the wife of thy youth. Good God, what a scene of whoredom is going on there in the women's camp.
He looks at his watch, gets up, paces.
Very hot this night. Captain She will killed today one of the kangaroos. It is the most curious animal I ever saw.
He looks at his watch.
Almost midnight, my Betsy, the Lord's day.
Okay, so we're going to really emphasise his sexual frustration. We're going to do it in quite a funny way. So, right at the very beginning where it says you're in Ralph's tent, he talks about, good God, what a serious whoredom is going out there in the women's camp, which means that he's heard something to make him say that. You wouldn't just randomly say that. So, at the very beginning, okay, can we have, light comes up, you've got the candle light on Ralph's table, like you've got a proper gas lamp on Ralph's table, so the lights come on, and can we have Ralph pacing up and down, to show him pacing. What is his motive that can show that he's a bit hot and bothered? Handkerchief. Dabbing it on his face or dabbing it around here, and he can be pulling his collar as well. So he's pacing quite fast. Right, isn't his tent? We're going to use sound a lot in this this scene. Can you have him going to... Bless you.
Oh, thank you.
Can you have him going to the corner of the tent? So imagine this is the corner of the stage and I'm in Ralph's tent. So you're having him pacing like this. Can you have him going to the back wall and sort of peering back out, open the tent and then closing? So you can hear the noise backstage as well. So have the noise of like laughing, merriment, women squealing and like, you know, all that going on outside. As he opens that tent a little bit, what do you think will happen with the sound?
It'll quiet down.
Oh, he opens it, so it will
Get louder.
It'll get louder, yeah? And then it goes quiet again when it shuts. This is probably a scene which you might actually get in terms of lighting and sound, because you've got your normal stage lighting, you've also got his lamp on this desk, but you've also got the sounds of backstage as well. Okay, so you can have a bit of music, a bit of that, and it's all really quiet in the background. So he's pacing, he's there, and he's restless. Why do you think he's talking to himself? What do you think he's doing?
Trying to like keep himself entertained, really.
But you don't normally talk to yourself. Where he's what?
Distracting himself.
Okay, that's what I was aiming at, was that he's writing in a journal. Because you don't often just talk to yourself, do you? Do you ever just go, well, mother, and your mother's not in the room? It's just, it'd be a bit random, wouldn't it, if you're talking to yourself? But if you're writing, it's like, dear mother. It's a bit more acceptable, isn't it? It's a bit more normal. So he can look around and he can sit down on the chair and start writing. So dreamt my beloved Betsy that I was with you and I thought I was going to be arrested.
The full that is that key line.
Yeah, well, you can just put dreamt my beloved. You never have to write the key line out. It's fine. So he looks at his watch. Why is he looking at his watch?
To get to midnight.
Yeah. So he's getting to midnight because he can kiss his dear wife's picture. Now, in this interpretation, we're going to make it a little bit more than that. A little bit more that he's going to be kissing. He's not just going to be kissing. But you can understand that if he's waiting for midnight and he only lets himself do this once a week at midnight on the Sabbath day, you can understand if he's full of sexual frustration, you can understand why he'd want midnight to come around quite quickly. However, who do you think's going to interrupt him just as it gets to midnight?
Ketch.
So it's really playing on that whole sexual frustration. So we're going to make it quite explicit, this section. Okay, so he looks at his watch. What else can he do to other than just look at his watch? What else can he do with it to make it even more obvious?
Mess with it.
It wouldn't actually. I don't think it'd be a wristwatch. I think it would be a pocket watch also. What else can he do with his pocket watch? How else can it make it look more? Can we tap it? Can you write down he taps his pocket watch as well? He puts it back in his pocket, and so he does a whole thing of getting a pocket watch out of his pocket and tapping it, and then puts it back in. He can even count along with it, so he gets it up and he can be like count down, sort of like 120, 120. So you can even get in count if you want to. It's just something more to sort of add to it. It's definitely that first. He looks at his his watch.
I've just got a quick question.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know what you were saying about how he needs to like sort of beat it once a week. I'm just trying to like. How would we write that in an exam for our interpretation?
He needs to relieve his sexual frustration.
Alright.
I mean, you can just say he needs to beat it if you really want, but I don't know if they'll understand what you mean. I love that this is being recorded too. I just say he needs to relieve his sexual frustration.
Right.
Wow, that's a conversation I wanted to have. Okay, so just you don't have to give out detailed quotes, but you're sort of doing some in general. We can say he keeps getting up and then getting down again. So I hope to God that he could even you can have him get up if you want, like and walking around and pace if you want. Hope to God there's nothing the matter with you and my tender Alicia, oh that of our dear boy. And then he can sit down and scribble it down, and then he looks at his pocket watch again. And he can go back to counting down. He can do another again. 80. Yeah.
Why does it call her both Betsy and Alicia?
That's the name. Betsy Alicia is a full name.
So he just
Sometimes
calls
there's
her
a
whichever.
sure, whichever one you want. If you've missed the first part, but I've recorded it, so you're just gonna have to get your pictures for the script out. But you have got, haven't you? Yeah. Good. Yeah, I'm looking nice today. Thank you. Well, they don't smell much, but anyway. Okay, so. My tender wife, I'm reading the Proverbs, waiting until midnight that I might kiss your picture. Can we do something on kiss that I might kiss your picture as usual? I'm just thinking, can you get him to lift up the picture maybe? So have a picture on the day.
Breath in and out, like.
Kiss your picture. Yeah, maybe you could do it as a bit of a kiss your picture as normal. And maybe you can be awkward and they can do like, you know, a bit of his shirt, like you can. That I may kiss.
To make it more explicit. He's not just kissing. My friend's like, oh, I'm going to say it. I'm just going to beat it.
Yeah. So emphasise that. So key moment there. That I may kiss your picture as usual. Can you get that down? Kiss your picture. So he picks up the picture. Do they hold the picture to his heart, maybe? And again, on what are you going to do on the word kiss to show to the audience that maybe he's not quite going to just kiss?
Give him a little wink.
He changes the. Okay, he takes his Bible and kneels. That's in the script. So have him kneeling out facing the audience so the audience can see him. Kneels. We've chose Scott Freeman and a Seaman.
What is he doing?
Now he's reading. Now he takes the Bible and kneels.
What's he doing in that line? I might kiss your picture.
So what he's been doing so far has been writing in his notebook he's writing a letter to his wife Betsy Alicia. So now at this point he kisses the picture on the desk. So have a picture on the desk of Betsy Alicia. You need to have something that changes why he changes the topic. That's something that happens. So again, if it's a sound question there, do you want to just highlight the patrols caught 3 seamen? He changes his topic, his strength, so something needs to have happened. So it's a good one. A sound. Suddenly, the sound can go up in volume. You can really have a really loud woman's like or everybody back. You can have here on the sound effects. Everyone maybe suddenly cheering and doing a woo as if something's happened, and that makes Ralph look behind and do the whole. Remember, he's sexually frustrated, so he's kind of wishing he was out there. So make him have a look behind and a bit of a biting a lip, like, oh, I really want to go out and join him, and be like, oh, they arrested. So it's like, no, he thinks it's wrong. So that's a good one if you're doing a sound question. The patrols caught 3 seamen. It's a reason why he would change his mind.
Why were officers not meant to be in there?
No. But they all did. They all paid for him, apart from Ralph. And that's why Meg was like, you know, you're the only one who didn't go with a woman, and it's normal. He reads. Right, pardon?
Would Phillips do it as well?
He had his wife on the island. His wife came along with him, so I doubt Ralph would. He would. Let thy fountain be black. Right, can we just have the end of that line, wife of thy youth? I'm just going to say, after the line, wife of thy youth, Ralph changes again. Good God, what a scene of whoredom. So imagine him. Oh, right. So imagine him. Oh, I've just broke it.
Well, I just dropped my phone outside on concrete when I was playing sound. My iPhone 8.
Is that right?
You've had your hair dyed, haven't you?
Oh, there you go. That's alright. Mine
The
broke.
corner smashed, like the actual, not the screen, the phone bit. And then
I think I'll
broke,
do
like
it
round
round
the side.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the only bit that chips. It fully just went bang,
Right,
bang, bang.
I'll carry on because I'm currently on the floor. Right, so he's going to be kneeling here. He's praying at the front with his Bible, and then again now have it so that a scream happens, but even louder, and get him to be like, "Good God!" Get him rushing and looking curiously, and then close it, and then having a pause and wanting to go and have a look again, because he's like. And he's like he wants to look, he wants to go and be involved. So have him doing it a few sneaky times, a few sneaky peeks, and then, no, I can't do it, no, I can't do it. And this laughing happens again, and he's like, okay, I'll go and have another look. And then he's like, good God, what a scene of whoredom is happening out there. But can you have a little bit of, like, frustration again on him, like him getting that handkerchief out and looking back. And after he said, good God, what a scene of whoredom, maybe get him to do that, sweating with handkerchief, and just to make the audience laugh, get him doing a whole another sneaky look back there as well. It's all to make the audience laugh at him. Oh yeah. Be a great question, how would you perform Ralph in this scene? Because it's just showing because he's got all these morals, but really he's got all these human needs as well. He can try going down. You can have him if you want, trying going down and kneeling again, and it not working. And put his book on and then pacing up and down a little bit more. And it's because it's quite funny. It suits like you're doing the handkerchief because he's like very hot this night. And he's like maybe fan himself down. Again, looking at the watch, you can do them in countdown. So again, carry on with that countdown. 46, 45, 44. Maybe get him doing that, taking a nice deep breath out, doing that. You're waiting for something, you know. If you're like, you can even have him patting his knees like that. Gonna get
How
exciting.
come he's got to wait until Sunday?
It's what he does because it's the Sabbath. The Sabbath is like the day of rest of the day where you're allowed to have a bit of fun. Well, relieve yourself.
What if you
Um,
religion?
Is it a sin though that choking the bishop?
That's the sin.
Oh, right.
What?
Can we carry on with the other page, please? Go on, Tash.
And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot and subtle of heart. So she caught him and kissed him with an impudent face.
You notice all the lines from the Bible he's reading all happen to just be about sex, basically. And you can imagine him slowly. If you have the last line there is a line. So she caught him and kissed him. So you can have him reading from the Bible kneeling down, and then as he reads that bit, you can be like, so she caught him and kissed him with an impudent face. You know, like, you can have him like lowering the book and lifting it up, and having a big sigh at the big at the end, like a lunging sign of him. And then what's he tried to do with the next line? Felt ill with toothache, my dear, my wife, what pain. What's he trying to do? Yeah, so get him after that sigh, get him to shake his head and like pat himself down and get up and storm around like not pace up and down and be like, oh, felt ill with toothache, my dear wife, my God, what pain.
What does he do, Simon?
Just paces up and down as he's saying that, shakes himself down, pats himself off, he's like, oh, I can do this, and then get him taking in a deep breath when he does a deep breath, out front, closed eyes, steadying himself, and then goes back down, kneels to carry on reading. Do I carry on? So she caught him.
So she caught him and kissed him with an impudent face. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, cinnamon.
So it's like him getting ready. I have perfumed my bed.
Sarah McCormick was flogged today for calling the doctor at midnight.
So yeah, I was going to say, she was flogged today for calling him a midnight. To have a big smile on his face. Maybe just do the bit of the whole midnight and suddenly noticing the pocket watch. Can you do it as a sigh of relief almost? What were you going to say, Freddie?
Oh, is it said excitedly or just like relief?
Yeah, maybe whichever way you want to go. Okay. This bit. This being Sunday, took your picture out of its prison and kissed it. So you can take it out of the photo frame if you want. Kissed it. And then maybe put it on the floor, turned upwards, turned downwards even, so it's almost like his wife doesn't. Or actually, no, just put it on the floor in front of him so he can look at it. What I want you to do, something along this frame of line. Maybe not, yeah, maybe. So he kneels on the floor, puts his picture down in front of him, and get him. And get him to like start lowering his band, just the front bit. You don't have to fly back there. They have the buttons bit to get him to start. But no, they'll have those breechy things. So you start getting him to lower the breeches, and this is when he hears Ketch walk on, and we'll make that whole intro quite funny when Ketch walks on. What you bow on your trainers, Tash? Guess you didn't think you'd be doing this.
What did you call it, miss? What were you lowering?
His buttons on his trousers.
Should have play over himself. But then Ketch walks in.
Yeah, so he about goes to... Right, so, Ketch, however, we're going to make this even funnier. So, you've got... Imagine from... Maybe Sarah McCarthy, you can have Ketch walk in as he goes down to kneel. So Ketch is like a bit of an idiot. So have him walking earlier and he just saunters on. You can imagine him sort of like really quite jolly. And then he stops and he sees Raph. We can literally stop when he sees Raph going to kiss the picture and then put him down. And so Ketch is like that, just staring in horror. And then he goes, and then he's like, you know, he goes to undo the first button. Ketch can do a and then slowly turn away, and quite comically he can sort of creep off. However, because Ketch is really dizzy, he can just do a look over his shoulder and then he can trip over something and fall over, and that's when Rao, who's halfway through him doing his buttons, can see him and be like, ah! And proper like freak out, and obviously hilarious. So I think it was funny.
I'm just going to put on that script. Watch
Pardon?
on Moodle.
Come on, there's no way you're going to forget those actions. No way. Just write down, Ketch sneaks on, trips over, Ralph jumps. Do those main things. Ketch sneaks on, trips over. It's not that he necessarily comes on, but have him, what's Ketch's motif?
Wait,
Hat. So have him with the hat ring in his hand. So he's looking down, and it's not until he's here he suddenly notices, and that's when he does the really big. Tries to walk off. Love it. Oh, my script. Okay. And so Ralph jumps, none too surprising to me. And Ralph is obviously quickly buttoning back up his trousers. Are you doing the Irish accent then, Lily?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, forgive me, sir. Oh, please forgive me. Do you still want to do it or not? Do you have to do it in an Irish accent? Freddie, you can do an Irish accent, can't you?
No.
I wouldn't call it Irish.
Go on, try. Oh, forgive me, sir. Please forgive me. I don't want to disturb your prayers. You've got to be really fast. You've got to be really, really fast doing this, because he's like, oh, speak as fast as I can go. He talks like that. I'll say 50 Hail Marys myself every night, and 200 on the days when.
Why does it
Oh,
speak
wait
so
on
fast?
side,
So
sir.
it's like
He's Irish.
No, it's his character, because he says later on the scene, Ralph is like, get on with it, and he's like, I'm speaking as fast as I can, sir, and he's not getting to the.
yeah, but it's like French. Like you're on holiday. Just how
a little bit racist there, but we'll carry on.
It's the one.
That's probably how they've made.
Oh my God.
This has got to be the most controversial lesson I think we've ever had, and that's saying something. Right, carry on, Fred. Do you want to have a go?
He likes it.
I'll have a go.
Right, as fast as you can, so proper like, oh, forgive me, sir. Oh,
Yeah.
obviously, it's Ketch turning round. Can you have him mortified and probably like, oh, forgive me, sir. Oh, forgive me. Maybe let's just read to the bottom of the page and then we'll go back and analyse it. So, as fast as you can, Freddie.
Alright. Oh, forgive me, sir. Oh, please forgive me. I didn't want to disturb your prayers. I said
Can
50
you
Hail
pause me? Oh,
Marys.
sorry. I'll give you, go. Sorry, I'll let you carry on and then I'll talk at the end. Go.
I say 50 Hail Marys myself every night, and 200 other days when I'll wait outside, sir.
What do you want?
I'll wait quietly, sir. Don't mind me.
Why aren't you in the camp at this hour?
Oh, I should be. Oh, God forgive me. I should be. Oh, but I'm not. I'm here. I have to have a word with you, sir.
Get back to the camp immediately. I'll see you in the morning, Ketch.
Oh, don't call me that, sir. I beg you, don't call me by that name. That's what I came to see you about, sir.
I was about to go to sleep.
Okay, just pause there. You sort of went into slow motion as you got through that. You started really fast. Yeah.
Is it meant
okay.
to all be fast?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that's how he talks. Like, he's so nervous all the time. He just wants to be friendly. Yeah. He didn't want to disturb your prayers. I'll say that. And then I'll go outside, so.
Some prayers.
I don't think you should. I don't think you should put it in. I don't think it's a key line. We're trying to stick with like the real. Unless you can. Unless there's Actually, no. Yeah, do that whole "forgive me, sir," because you can do the whole. Oh, forgive me! Is that his palms out open? Oh, forgive me, sir. Forgive me. Like proper like arms as prayer. So arms out, then arms crossed together. Forgive me, sir. I don't want to interrupt your. I don't know, what can I say on prayer? Don't interrupt your prayers. You something. You try and think something. I don't want to interrupt your prayers.
Yes,
Don't
it's
slow.
Yeah, it does hesitate. It's like I wouldn't maybe go for crutch. I think he'd just be like prayers. I'll wait outside, and he could do a whole funny like I'll wait outside. See, and then Ralph says, "What do you want to get on with it?" He could turn back exactly the same way. He is a bit dizzy. He's a lovable guy. What do you think Ralph is doing as a reaction? So he's jumped up and now he's tired and put his buttons back up together.
He's got a piercing, like to show that he's like he's.
Yeah, either pacing or stood with his arms crossed, just angrily staring at him. Or Up like this, trying maybe hands in front.
Actually, I'm excited for psychology.
Do you think he could be, another thing he could be doing is quickly putting Betsy Alicia's photo away as well. He doesn't want anyone to see it and closing his diary. So it's like he's very secretive about anything. So that's a nice thing to do for Ralph. So during this bit, like, what do you want? He's taking it down. He's putting everything back in. He slams the picture down.
When he says, "Oh, I was about to go to sleep," you think he'd be a bit like nervous when saying it.
Oh yeah, the whole time he's wringing his hat then in this section.
Wait, miss, you know, like
Yeah.
Ralph and all that, eventually go back to England.
Mm.
How long are they there? How long are they there for in Australia?
Oh yes,
Seven.
yeah. Yes.
Bloody hell.
Okay,
So
right.
they're basically
Ketch.
prisoners themselves.
Can we read it? Yeah, basically. Ketch, can you highlight it's "Don't call me that, sir." So go back to the camp immediately. I'll see you in the morning, Ketch. So he goes, "Don't call me that, sir." Can you have it actually going like it's quite childish in a way, Ketch? Can you like say, "Oh, don't call me that, sir. Don't call me that." That's like hands over the head, shaking his head as if he like quite childishly.
Could this be when Ralph's stutter really comes out? Like when Ketch walks in, like he can be stuttering.
Yeah, it can be like, "Oh, what do you want?" Actually, I don't know if he would stutter Ralph. I don't think he's got enough lines to. It could be more. It could do. See how you write it, how it comes out.
Would he not be more frustrated, like angry?
Yeah, I was thinking it'd be more like, "What do you want? Why aren't you in the camp at this hour?" I quite like Ralph's line. I'll see. Get back to the camp immediately. It's quite fierce for Ralph. You could proper point with it and go out, and you can then go get back to the camp immediately. Crossing his arms. Be quite petulant.
Is this the after Ralph or the before Ralph?
He's kind of halfway. It's like near the beginning, but he's getting a bit more human. There's a little bit more. So if you got that line, "Don't call me that, sir," that's definitely a key line.
Which? Oh.
"Don't call me that, sir" catches with the ears on. "Don't call me that, sir." Ah!
Are you
Right.
teaching us period 6 or is it?
No, that's Miss Bratbit. She'll take over from our country's good, and then I on Monday am going to start. Okay, can we go from the top of page 36?
Yep.
Right, it's fast. Keep it going fast. We'll read all the way to the bottom, and I'll try not to interrupt.
Well, I understand, sir, and your soul be in peace. I won't take up much of your time, sir. I'll be brief.
Well,
Oh, don't you want to finish your prayers? I can be very quiet. I used to watch my mother, may her soul, poor soul, rest in peace. Used to watch her say her prayers every night.
get on with it.
Well, when I say my prayers, I have a terrible doubt. How can I be sure God is forgiving me? What if He will forgive me, but hasn't forgiven me yet? That's why I don't want to die, sir. That's why I can't die, not until I'm sure. Are you sure?
I'm not a convict. I don't sin.
To be sure, forgive me, sir. But if we're in
Oh,
God's...
to be sure. To be sure. Sorry. Carry on.
But if we're in God's power, then surely He makes us sin. I was given a guardian angel when I was born. Like all good Catholics, why didn't my guardian angel look after me better? But I think he must have stayed in Ireland. I think the devil tempted my mother to London and both our guardian angels stayed behind. Have you ever been to Ireland, sir? Oh, it's a beautiful country. If I'd been an angel, I wouldn't have left it either. And when we came within 6 fields of Westminster, the devils took over. But it's God's judgment I'm frightened of, and the women's. They're so hard. Why is that?
So they're so hard, that's his justification for
It's
the previous
like
scene.
an Irish
Sorry, carry on,
Scottish
just till the
thing.
end.
Why have you come here?
I'm coming to that, sir.
Hurry up then.
I'm speaking as fast as I can, sir.
Ketch.
Okay, so from the top. So just go from. I won't take much of your time, so I'll be brief. Can we have how can we make the pause a little bit awkward? Because Ralph is waiting for him to go, and Ketch is like waiting for him to do his prayers. So neither of them meeting. So how can we make that pause funny?
I could like shuffling his shoes or like rocking backwards and forwards.
Yeah. Okay. So have him doing that with his hat, and just have him looking around like
Ralph
that.
could look at his watch again and just start like tapping his foot.
And then, yeah, when he says well, then you can make Ketch jump and Ketch be like, "Oh, don't you want to finish your prayer, sir?" So maybe make it him jump a little bit.
It's just a key line.
Yeah, the pause bit, I don't know, you can do the well off Ralph, that we can... So he can be like, you know, you move backwards and forwards on your feet and he's wringing his hat. That's what Ketch could be doing. And Ralph staring at him. Well? Oh, don't do anything to your hairs. Right, Ralph, get on with it. Can we have him saying something on get on with it? During this whole section, get on with it. Can he slam something down or slam his hands on the table on get on with it?
Yeah,
And then
if it was just put Betsy's picture away, then you could still be stood at the desk.
yeah, get on with it. And then he can sit down then for the rest of this section. How's he going to sit while Ketch is doing all of this talking?
Maybe like,
Okay, we're going to do head. So he can lunge forward, head in hand, and even at some point he can rub his head like this and keep looking at the watch as well, rubbing his head. So he's not really listening to Ketch at all. So yeah, lots of rubbing of the head and that. It's a really key line of Ralph. It shows that he's still not developed yet. He's still at that point where he's still really naive, where he says, I'm not a convict, I don't sin.
Could you like snap his head up on the like if he's had his head in his eyes and everything, he's got
I'm not a convict, I don't see.
Yeah, I'm thinking as well, in terms of if it's a sound, lighting and sound question, you know, not sure. Are you sure? Can we have the sound coming from back again of the women's camp, just to play it? And then Ralph can look up and then look forward. I'm not a man, I don't sin. So yeah, so he's had been like this, and the sound comes, and he looks back over to it. I'm just thinking, is there anything else he could do that's more than just a head turn? I mean, it's creative in that we're listening to the sound from backstage. So he's had his head like this in his hands, so he's looked up, the noise, and it's like, I'm not a convict, I don't sin. Arms crossed. Is that enough, do you think, for a creative action? I suppose with the sound as well it is. I'm trying to get you to do it so that every key line we've got creative actions. Okay, I like this whole bit. Can you get, for this Ketch paragraph here, can you get him to walk forward so he's telling it in front of the audience? Ralph could go back to just rubbing his head, but he's looking out over the audience more, he's moving forward and he's talking about it. Any of the lines that you think are really creative? It's a beautiful country. I quite like that. Doing it. It's a beautiful country. And then putting his hat towards his heart. So have you been there? It's a beautiful country. And hands to his chest. Tells he's passionate about Ireland.
What would you call that motion?
What would you call it? Sweeping his hand in the sky in an arc. And a beautiful. Say he almost sings the word beautiful. Beautiful. I quite like the last line, and the women's, they're so hard. Can he rub something where it's just been beaten up? Can they just have done something? Oh, no, we had a name in the testicles, didn't we?
Oh,
so can we have him doing something like, and the women, they're so hard. Oh, so actually having grabbing it and like, they're so hard. What can he do why is that?
Like pictures, look up pictures then.
Yeah. Why is that? Yeah, can pinch his head and look up to the sky. It shows him as a bit of a daydreamer as well. Not the brightest spark. But I definitely like the rubbing his testicles as you wanted him to get. I should have used that word. What is it? Whirligigs. Whirligigs. Yeah.
How do you spell that?
No, don't use it.
I can't fit testicles on so I
Put
write
balls,
balls.
that's fine.
Well, I put little
Yeah.
gigs now, so
Okay.
Put
Sure.
belly and balls.
I put holding stomach / ribbon.
Why have you... Okay, Ralph, can we do some like... Okay, do you want it to do it long this time? Do you want him to maybe rub his temples while he's just doing a... Why have you come here? Like almost like pleading, but it's something a little bit different. So rubbing temple. Why have you come here? You could even separate the words. Why have you come here? Can he just raise his eyes maybe on the last after here, quickly at Ketch? And it really shows the frustration on his face. I like that really. Why have you come here? Right, that last Ketch. Ketch! It stops him talking. I'm speaking as fast as I can, sir. That's really very fast. What can you do, Ralph, on that last Ketch?
Like slam both his hands up.
Yeah, slam both the fit. Ketch! I quite like the line, I'm speaking as fast as I can, sir, just because it's really funny. But I don't know what can we have Ketch doing there? Oh, I'm speaking as fast as I can, sir.
Probably spend like a good 3 seconds just trying to stutter out.
I'm speaking as fast as I can, sir. Yeah, okay, can you get maybe to pace on the spot? Like, I'm speaking as fast as I can, sir. Yeah, I'm speaking as fast as I can. So the I takes longer, and then he just goes, speaking as fast as I can, sir. Okay, good. I like that. Just trying to go for creative actions. Do that beautiful. Okay, next bit. Ready. So, James.
James, sir. James, Daniel, Patrick, after my 3 uncles. Good men they were too. Didn't go to London. Or if my mother hadn't brought us to London. May God give peace to her soul and breathe pity into the hearts of hard women. Oh, because the docks are in London, and if I hadn't worked on the docks on that day, May 23rd, 1785, do you remember it, sir? Shadwell Dock? If only we hadn't left, then I wouldn't have been there, then nothing would have happened. I wouldn't have been a coal heaver on Shadwell Dock, and being there on the 23rd of May when we refused to unload because they were paying us so badly, sir. Wasn't even near the sailor who got killed. He shouldn't have done the unloading. That was wrong of the sailors. But I didn't kill him. Maybe one blow. Not to look stupid, you know. Just to show I was with the lads, even if I wasn't. But I didn't kill him. And they caught 5 at random, sir. And I was among the 5. They found the cudgel. But I just had that to look good, that's all. When they said to me later, you can hang or give the names. What was I to do? What would you have done, sir?
So he...
So was Welsh.
Yeah, that's nice.
The
So
accent's all over.
he got told, either you give the names of the other people who was doing the beating up of the sailor with you, or we'll hang you. So he sort of ratted on his friends, and he ended up getting transported instead. So carry on. Carry on.
I wouldn't have been in that situation, Freeman.
To be sure, forgive me, sir. Forgive me, sir. I only told them the ones I saw, but didn't tell anything that wasn't true. Death is a horrible thing, that poor sailor.
Freeman, I'm going to bed now.
I understand, sir, I understand. And when it happened again here, and I had hopes of making a good life here, it's because I'm so friendly, see. I go along, and then I'm the one who gets caught. That theft, I didn't do it. I was just there, keeping a lookout just to help some friends, you know. But when they say to you, hang or be hanged, what do? Someone has to do it. I try to do it well. God have mercy on the whore, the thief, the lame. Surely he'll forgive the hang. It's for women there without mercy. Not like you and me, sir. Men. What I wanted to say, sir, is what I heard them talking about the play.
Okay, let's just keep on with this page. Can we say, go from the top, can you highlight James, sir? James Daniel Patrick. That's him being quiet. Get him to shout it out. Maybe put his hat on with it. And you can like, James, sir! James Daniel Patrick. And then have him stood up confident with himself. It's him actually. And then turns to the audience and then he says this whole monologue to the audience. Ralph, you can just have him head back down again, not really listening, massaging his temples maybe again. Is there anything, can you just have a quick look through that one paragraph? Is there any sense that you're like, oh, I can do a good creative bit on that? Maybe something along the line of I wasn't even near the sailor that got killed, or I shouldn't have done it.
Well, near the sailor who got killed, he could use his motif of waving the hat around.
Could he do it maybe at Ralph? So he could take the hat off and be like, I wasn't even. Oh, I'm just thinking to take his hat off before then, and it can go back to if my mother. Maybe my mother had him brought as my mother, and then take his hat off and pull it to his hat, and so then his hat's off his head. And then I like on that line where you go, he can look to Ralph and go, I wasn't even near the sailor who got killed. He can shake his hat off him. So do you want to take it down? So after the word mother, he takes the hat back off again. Hat off. And then, that's what Tash suggested on the, I wasn't even near the sailor who got killed. That's when he shakes the hat towards Ralph. It's in defence, isn't it? It wasn't there.
I don't even get what he did, to be fair.
He was part.
Like bystander, well, he was joining in, so all of his friends started attacking a sailor.
Why?
The sailor was because they were on strike and they were refusing to do any loading. So the sailors who came in on the ships were like, well, we'll just do it ourselves. And they were like, but that's our job. And they were like, no, we were meant to make a stand. Don't you do it yourselves. And so they attacked that sailor, and he was like, I just did one little kick. I didn't mean to get him killed. So it just shows how naive he is. Right. What was I to do? What would you have done, sir? Can you hear that line? What was I to do? What could you? What was I to do? Maybe. What was I to do? Arms up. What was I to do?
What about going over to the table and like putting his hands on the table with Ralph?
Yeah, especially what was I to do? Well, yes said, what would you do, sir? Yeah. What would you do, sir? Maybe. So he goes over to Ralph. What else could he do, and what would you do, sir? Trying to make it. He needs to do something going over to Ralph. What do you do, sir?
We'll go over to the desk and sort of like lean over him, because if he's got his head like that, he can like lean over him.
What would you do? Yeah, really lean in.
United.
So if it's like, if it's Ralph, you could lean in and be like, what would you do, sir? Or I'd be like, what would you do, sir? Like really in it, and then Ralph could just look up. If you have Ralph looking up slowly, giving a dirty position, and just be like, what can he do that's quite offensive?
What about his motif? Whereas he goes, you know, his motif where he smells the confidence and then moves.
Could he do the thing where he's like, he just moves me away by the shoulder? I wouldn't have been in that situation, Freeman. And then as he moves away, Ralph can wipe his hand on his trousers. So you know, when you just push someone like, I wouldn't have been, pushes him away. Pushes away and then wipes his hand as Ketch carries on. Very good, I like that. Hand on trousers. To be sure. I just like that. Okay, can we have the line highlight Freeman? I'm going to bed now. Okay, get Ralph to actually stand up and point towards the doorway. It's like, so he's had enough. It's like, Freeman, I'm going to bed now, and point towards the door. Like he's literally had enough, and just get him to wait there with his arm like at the door. It's instruction. Then Ketch, he can be like, I understand, sir. I understand. Get him to walk away and get him to turn around. As he turns around, Ralph can be like, sigh of relief. And then as he's walking away, he's like, and when it's happened again? And he just comes forward and carries on. You hear that? So Ralph up. Freeman, I'm going to bed now. Ketch edges away. I understand, sir. He walks away and then he suddenly turns around and quickly towards the audience. So when it happens again, here. Ralph, what would he do? He's just stood up like this.
Could he just slow back into his chair?
Yeah, and then I'll slope back down into his chair, back into position. Cool. And the audience will find this funny, and you do get a little bit of sympathy for Ralph. He just wants a bit of time on his own.
I'm not feeling.
He's still doing. Yeah, CMI.
Why did you say so?
Too much information.
Right, I want you to do the whole, the last line. Can you do the last line? Sir, is that I heard them talking about a play. What I wanted to say, sir, maybe make it really slow, that I heard them talking about a play. Ralph's been like this. What can his reaction be now? He's heard the word
Intrigued.
play.
But does he have glasses on, Ralph?
Horrified, maybe. No.
Because I was thinking, like, if he had glasses, he could take them off and might put them on the table.
It's turning people with
Something-
glasses now.
Something horrified, right? So he's rubbing his head like this. He's just had his head in his hands. He says, "I heard it's happening to that play." His reaction is like, "Oh my God, no! This guy does not want to be in this play." So have him slowly look up, horrified. He could grip. You can even have him gripping the end of the chair, end of the side of the table as he looks at him, horrified. What can Ketch do on the? I heard them talking about the play.
Can't I stand up and be like proper like, but I heard him talking about the play and then go,
Yeah, he could even put his hat back on while he does it, so we can be like, "So, Hassan, hands by your side. I heard him talking about the play." Yeah, and stood there. So I had a big smile on his face, looking, and he's turned suddenly, hands clasped in front of him. It's like he's looking a little bit special, and that's when Ralph is like, "Oh no, this is what it is," and the audience will find it funny as well. And then back to the audience. Some players came into our village once. I'll do the last bit. Go on, read it out, Freddie. At the top of the next page.
What did we say for the key line for this bit though?
The last bit. So, is that I heard them talking about the play. I heard them talking about the play. That's when I put the hat back on. Sir, I heard them talking about the play.
What does Ralph do?
Ralph, this is when he suddenly looks up disgusted and he holds the edge of the table like, "Oh no, this isn't going to be what I think it is." Then Ketch looks back forward over the audience and says the last section. Do you want to go in it?
Yeah, go on. Some players came into our village once. They were loved like the angels, Lieutenant. Like the angels.
Can you imagine him doing? Can you do it like the angels, sir? Like the angels. Can you make him like he's really acting out? They're a love like the angels, sir. Like the angels. He's acting now.
Overacting, could you say this?
Yeah. Like the angels. And maybe he could be even cheeky, as he says. It goes over to Ralph and like, "And the way the women looked at him." My eyes was actions from it. Get him excited on that bit. "And the way the women watched them." Right over to Ralph and he can tap on the table. Maybe put his hands up to him like the light of a spring dawn in their eyes. Oh. Yeah. Right, this has got to be big. "Lieutenant!" Yeah, maybe give him a big cough to do. "Lieutenant!" What can I do? Come on, big line. "I want to be an actor."
Who's justice is it that stands like that?
Yeah,
Catch the
sideways.
front one.
Pardon?
Just catch the front
that's
line.
Oh, that's sideways. Catches the eye at the death. But you can still do "Lieutenant." So you can do a "Lieutenant." "I want to be an actor." There's a big muscle. I know, I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Actor.
You'd be proper flamboyant on that though.
Oh yeah, you can be flamboyant on that line. What
What
is
if you doing like a
final
little
image?
leprechaun?
No, don't write that in your script. It's not necessary. It's not going to be able to, because I doubt he'll be able to hang someone, because you need quite a lot of weight to be able to.
No, but I mean like the way he jumps about. Like the jump like a little
Would it though?
leprechaun.
So they just have a lever and that just in his thumb.
No, not in Batman.
Have you never seen it? Have you never seen
So
one
would you
time?
have to like
Anyway,
physically
can we
pick-
do the last line? Okay. All I want you to do is Ralph's reaction to that final. If I want to be an actor, Ralph's final image. What's he gonna do? Yeah. Okay. So either just literally head on tail, or like facing the audience and then. Either one, something like that. So you've got that frozen image. Remember that image is that final frozen image of this cat. Big bold and Ralph like, "Oh my God, what have I got myself into?"
I bet you wish you weren't doing the play now.
Guys,
Could he have said
3
that?
minutes to spare. How's that about doing a whole scene? in a single lesson. Boom. Okay, can we just talk about lighting and sound and costume? Well, we know we've gone through costume. Ralph's might start to be a little bit more lax from what it's one in the past. 'Cause obviously it's night time, so we might have his jacket off in the back of his chair. Obviously, he's patting himself down and stuff like that.
I do really miss it.
And what about any other lighting and sound? Well, I think we went through most of the lighting and sound. The sound is a good one for this scene. Don't pack on yet.
I'm not just putting these in.
What's the stage going to look like? Is it all just going to be stuck in?
Yeah, it's all going to be over in that corner. Obviously, Ketch is going to be coming out just slightly off centre stage when he comes forward to the audience to do it. Remember, actually give Ralph a proper table and a chair, and you've got him a proper bed within his tent as well. You've got his picture from Betsy Lishy. You've got that lamp on the table as well, his gas lamp as well. Are you alright, Lily?
Miss?
Yeah.
But this going to fit like a normal bin.
Yeah.
Because it's got traces. Is that
Recycling bin.
I thought it could be recycled. No?
Yes, it's plastic.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got broken up.
Yeah, but it can be recycled.
Could I ask you a question? Right, finish this line off for me. How would you perform the role of Ralph in order to show...
Sexual frustration.
Okay, give me a different one. How would you perform the role of Ralph in order to show his
Frustration.
impatience in this scene? That's a good one. Just general impatience, I think, in this scene. Or how would you perform Ralph in order to show in order to create your preferred effect? That's an easy one. How would you perform the role of Ketch in order to show...
Comedy.
It's passion.
Darkness.
What?
How finish the essay question?
oh.
How would you perform the role of Ralph Ketch to show?
His passion for drama. To be
That only comes at the end. His what? Maybe his naivety, or maybe his
He just goes on. doesn't he?
nervousness,
His anxiety.
his lack of status, his nervous. It's respect towards Ralph as well. He does show a lot of respect towards Ralph. He sees what's going on and he tries to escape, and he's always saying, "I'm so sorry, I'm speaking as quickly as I can." Here's a question. Sorry. How would you do the lighting and sound in order to show the mood of the scene? Yeah, the time of day or the mood of the scene. That's a good one. Right. That